Yes, BO4 is a dead game, but I'm a passionate BO4 grinder. So here's 56 things you didn't know about Black Ops 4. Allegedly. There's a safer way to push around center Jeep on Nuketown to counter head glitchers who sit their fat ass on a Jeep and in the house windows. Instead of pushing through mid, hoping with your ass cheeks clenched, they don't get fried by every line of sight on this map, you're free to hope over these fences and run around the out of bounds area to bypass the campers. Of course, make sure you haul ass because if you don't make it in time, you die. On firing range, getting up to top wood building is tedious. It's too high to jump to, and you have to run all the way around and then go through this tiny ass door that people camp the shit out of. Or better yet, you can climb this goofy ass, giraffe looking ass ladder, high to Mount Everest type shit, then maybe, if you're lucky enough, you won't get penetrated while your ass is exposed climbing. Then you can jump to top wood from the top of the tower. Instead of all that bullshit, just run and jump on this tire and it will give you enough height to mantle up to the top floor considerably faster. Prime for the center of the tire and then spam X, that makes it easier to trigger the climb. Now, you can slip in fast and smooth.
Next subject.
Jungle Flooded is arguably the second worst map in Black Ops 4. Only succeeded by Arsenal Sandstorm. That shit was so ass, Truck erased it from the fucking universe. Destroyed all evidence of its existence. Anyway, Jungle Flooded is completely broken or unique depending on how you look at it. Because of the big ass river that's trespassing through the center of the map, the whole map is divided into two sections. So ground-based score streaks like the Strike Team and the Mantis will literally never be able to cross from one side of the map to the other. This is probably one of, or maybe the only map in COD history that unknowingly nerfs your score streaks. Interestingly though, Nomad's dog and the 𝒃𝒆💏 can hop the bridge in mid-map, and Prophet's Seeker somehow mutates itself into a submarine to adapt to the vicious environment of Jungle Flooded.
The flock of young seeker drones adapt to the unforgiving environment and dive into the dangerous, unknown realm of water.
I've played Black Ops 4 for more than 10,000 hours, and I only recently realized I've been playing Jungle like a sped all this time. When I pushed mid-map, I was going up this slow-ass ladder, bruv. Snail pace type shit. I had the pleasure of lining my head with the enemy's dick right before he dicked my ass down, execution style. What you're actually supposed to do is hop on these rocks beside the ladder and mantle through. No slow ass bullshit. You can also get a crazy dirty head glitch here to beam people with. Jungle Flooded works the exact same way, but the head glitch there isn't as powerful as a normal jungle. When using Ruin on slums, it's possible to grapple from mid, past this fence and wall into the back of the mechanic shop. In reverse, it's even better since you can scale these barrels and afterwards, grapple this lamp which will launch you into mid-map. Literally Spider-Man Tobey Maguire type shit. On slums, it's possible to get on top of this big ass, girthy ass pylon. From here, you can literally see the entire map. While using Ruin, you need to stand by this yellow container and align the grapple with this power block. When you fire or grapple, you automatically just fall into place. I sincerely suggest you use a sniper or ICR here so you can beam unsuspecting victims across the map, tormenting them with the divine strikes of your Zim's wrath. No, but seriously, you can genuinely see into fucking back spawn from up here. It is insane. Don't please let me know this is a thing in Black Ops 1, but here on Black Ops 4 launch, it's possible to get on top of these steel beams erecting out of both sides of the rocket launch area. They're actually not out of bounds. You can hide here like a pussy on Infected, or even S&D because one of the bomb sites is here. Also, the beams are close enough to the map that you can jump or slide back in, no problem. On Nuketown on the blue house side, there is a Soviet tank dressed in a bale of wheat. Next to him is this bitch ass, goofy ass deer staring at me. Anyway, if you hop over this fence and scurry along to this part of the tank and then crouch, you can stay here outside the map. This is nice for hide and seek, or Infected, or whatever. If you want to get back into the map, there is coincidentally a special ramp facing inward to the map which you can use. Even better though is this spot on Seaside. If you fall in between these two rocks here and lay down, you can also stay here outside the map. Now, you kinda can't get back into the map unless you have Ruin. Then you have the ability to grapple back up to the top like a G, Spider-Man style. On Seaside, there's an unusual ledge which lets you stand on top of it. It grants you a nice head glitch, which you can use to hold this doorway coming from spawn. But by the time you see someone run through here though, 𝒂𝒂𝒄𝒆𝒔 Remastered will be out. On Contraband, pushing on Beach funnels you through one ladder. Now, there could be some bum waiting, re-aiming it like a hoe. You want to whoop that bitch ass. Instead of climbing the ladder, it's actually possible to jump to the right side. Because it's so unexpected, you can dig down their ass no problem. When Treyarch introduced the RCXD in Black Ops 1, they developed maps with unique elements for the RC. Two of these were transferred over to Black Ops 4. One was Nuketown. There is a vent going from spawn to spawn, which you can only enter with your RCXD. Inside, you can see the nuclear missile that's seen in the ending cutscene and mannequin Easter egg of Black Ops 4. Interestingly, in old Black Ops 4 patches, it was also possible to glitch yourself inside of the rocket, but that's patched now. Now, remember how I said there is two elements? Well, the second one, I guarantee you'll never guess. You can try though. Which of these maps has a special RCXD element? WMD, Jungle, Summit, or Launch? If you manage to guess Launch, you're retarded. It's WMD. But I don't blame you for being retarded, because for the last 7 years, I've never seen anyone use this ever. There's a strange red pipe that coincidentally ramps from the floor up to the vent in the side of this building. This leads straight inside to the main room. Maybe by the second coming of Jesus, we'll see someone use this vent, but we can only hope. On Gridlock, there is an unusual lorry. Few people know it's possible to climb on top of it. First, you have to climb this bus stop and then leap forward onto the front of the lorry. This is out of bounds, but it's possible to finesse the timer by spam jumping, which will make it never hit 0. That means you can stay up here for as long as you desire, as long as you spam jump. Now you can snipe and beam kids across the map, flank people, or use the height to fly at the PSNs. This water truck on Gridlock may look innocent at first glance, but in fact, bears immense power. The strength of its water beam can launch grinders at super speeds across the world, as their beam in randoms for the battles. On Militia, 99.999% of the time, when you push through mid, you'll take this path. Which isn't particularly bad, but did you know this whole time, it was possible to straight up just climb the waterfall on the side? Now you've got to do some Mount Everest rock climbing type maneuvers to get up here, but it's 100% possible. The grinders, the random, and even me assumed it's too high to climb. Turns out we were just bitches, scared of rocks. As hard as cars. On Grind, you can climb this plant and chow weirdos, camping on these headies. Just like on Gridlock, you can stay here forever by spam jumping. Also, you can get on top of whatever this is, and fly kids from there and hit some juicy clips.
Don't do it. I'm afraid.
You have to hop on this small skate wall and then jump out of the map and run off here. Like in Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, you can get on top of the relay tower on Summit. Just climb this control panel and then mantle up to the catwalk. From there, go to the window and hop into tower. But it's possible to control most of this side of the map from here. You can also descend to the lower level to beam people in mid-map through this window. But be careful, because there's literally no cover up here. So if someone notices you, they will send your ass to hell. But luckily, you're safe from any dogs which have no way of getting up here. Allegedly. On Hacienda, it's possible to climb on top of this door. From here, you can chow both the balcony and the gardens. Just climb the garden fence and jump to this thin ass metal edge above the doorway. But don't stay here too long because literally half the map can see you. And they will give you a belt to ass whooping. It's also possible to get on top of this window. If you use Ruin and shoot a grapple here, you'll fall onto a 1 atom length ledge, which you can somehow float on. Since A-bomb is right there, besides her ass, it's possible to hide here while people plant and scheme some devious maneuvers. Sometimes, hoes will sit on this well, head glitching the gardens. You hop the fence and run around this out of bounds area, you can flank them and whoop their ass. Black Ops 4 introduced interactable elements on some maps. Hacienda has most of all. You can hit mid-map buttons to make the fountain squirt water. You can also spin 𝒂𝒃𝒆💄💄 Lambo. And there is a secret room you can access. Back in the beta of the game, everyone was hyping this shit up like crazy. But now most people know about it. In Arsenal, on the long open side with the hedges where A-bomb is, it's atrociously slow to push through here because this is a head glitch corner elbow paradise. If you're unlucky enough to push through here, you can make it a bit easier if you flank through the bottom out of map area and climb back in. That way you can avoid most of the trash angles and move gradually forward. This works very similarly to Hacienda's water side push, but there pushing from bottom water is still in bounds, so you can push way further without the time limit. On the opposite side of Arsenal, you can also rush through this desert from both sides to hop on this green box's head glitch and get a nice spot to hold this whole lane from. Just be careful. Other grinders might be following in your footsteps. And honorable mention is this back spawn spot where you can climb this wall and then use the height to fly at kids on stairs. Instead of fiddling around, elbowing and wide peeking this plant on Arsenal, you can jump onto this slithery ass 1mm metal bar and balance like a ballerina on your tiptoes here. That'll give you a juicy head glitch onto the window and the door. As a bonus, you can get some concealment from the leaves. But be careful of the left side because if someone's there, they will fry your shit like crazy. It's possible to morph inside of walls on Black Ops 4 with a male character. Use the handstand emote while facing the wall and you'll be engulfed by the aura of the wall. Some walls work insanely well, where people can't even kill you because your whole body is enveloped, while others are trash. But remember, don't stay here too long or you'll get banished from the lobby. I bet you've been sitting obediently in the pregame lobby, waiting for the game to start, like a good little boy. Real BO4 grinders move whatever the fuck they want, when they want. Backwards, forwards, into your face with my dick. Who cares? To be a grinder like me, you need a male character selected on both the Tea Time emote that's available from the Crimson Lotus pack, and secondly, the Electric Personality emote from Battle Pass, which you can unlock at tier 52. If you desire to move backwards in the lobby, with each use you'll inch back slowly, like a snail on a mission. Eventually, at some point, you'll hit an invisible barrier and disappear into the void. To go forward, use the Electric Personality emote. Don't spam the emote though, give it a second between uses, otherwise you won't move. This shit is snail's pace to the power of 2. So you'll be here for a while, but eventually you will become big and juicy. But something terrible can happen. Once your emote ends, you'll be teleported back to your original spot. All your snugging and snailing around in the lobby will be undone. But if you switch to an infinite emote, one that loops, you can stay wherever you are for as long as you want. But keep in mind, you won't be in the same place to other people's screen because everyone sees themselves center screen to the order of players standing in the lobby. It's possible to keep attachments when prestiging a weapon. If you set up classes with attachments that you want to save on multiplayer, and then go to League play to prestige your gun there, your multiplayer classes will not be affected, and all the attachments you set up in these classes will remain usable even though your gun is back to being level 1. Unfortunately, this glitch does not work for the dark matter technical camo challenges, but at least now you can keep getting extra XP from your weapon without having to use it raw. The most dog shit addition to Black Ops 4 multiplayer was definitely armor, not particularly because it's gay, but because it's completely useless in comparison to ComSec, acoustic, stim, and equipment charge. You probably don't know, it's actually the only gear in the game that gives you a debuff. When you have it on, it reduces your speed and makes your footsteps louder. Originally, there was going to be a way to heal your armor, but this was cut from the game before release. Interestingly, we don't even know precisely how this would work. Would it be a perk, an equipment, specialist ability? No one knows, not even 𝒃𝒆𝒔𝒄𝒆𝒅. It's possible to combine multiple mantles into one to climb faster. If the second mantle is facing 90 degrees, so like right or left, away from your first, you can spam X while turning to do a double mantle. This is much smoother and faster than doing 2 separate mantles one by one. I would recommend you use dexterity obviously, because then you can mantle faster. In some cases, you might even be able to chain 3 mantles in one. If you do, please let me know, because that's pretty rare. It's possible to explode most cars on Black Ops 4 in one bullet if you use the Paladin with FMJ2. Make sure to aim for the car's engine slightly from the side. That will guarantee it to blow up straight away. If you hit somewhere else, it could be too short. Other than turning your Paladin into a glorified PTRS-41, it can also work as an anti-air cannon. UAVs? Sent straight to hell. Counter UAV? Sent straight to hell. It's easier to use the FMJ2 Paladin to take down score streaks than the Helion Salvo RPG, which was literally designated for that job. There's a hidden 5th blue perk in Black Ops 4. Medic is actually not only in Blackout, but also in multiplayer. How? Well, it's only available in Heist, the CSGO mode of Call of Duty. Somehow it never came back. It's actually meta, since revives are the best way to farm cash. It gives you $500 per revive, which is more than you would get for a down and a kill. Also, you can technically infinitely revive someone. It's possible to farm cash 24/7. Grind set type vibes. Plus is university type vibes. BO4 university type vibes. Certain perks have hidden uses on Black Ops 4. For example, Flak Jacket makes fire breaks react to core last twice as long, but lesser known is that Skulker also affects fire break and it will let you move twice as fast when using the reactor core. Additionally, Skulker will also affect your down speed in Heist, Infected, or when you're hit by a Tempest. Have you ever lusted over the desire to get a gunship from a supply drop, only to get a shitty ass dart? Well, here's all the supply drop percentage rates for the care package. The stats are actually really good. You're more likely to get a higher value score streak, and interestingly, very interestingly, respinning with the engineer perk actually improves your drop rates for the higher value score streaks. Unfortunately, the gunship rates remain trash in both, but remember, 99% of randoms quit spinning right before they get that big gunship hit. If you look closely at the care package, you can see an order form for its alleged contents. This shit is blurrier than my big DualShock 4 controller. Now if you unsheath your full brain potential and purge your brain rot, you can focus and make out some interesting words. This squiggly line is a Treyarch signature, since they developed BO4. And below, there are 3 items ordered: a rare skin, a legendary skin, and an epic skin.
I'm black.
A slight nod to the other form of supply drop content, the gambling loot box bullshit. Crazily though, because they removed supply drops after BO4 and replaced them with an even more predatory content shop, this meme ain't even funny. This shit is pitiful. Every single Black Ops game, they just keep nerfing the Hunter Killer. Black Ops 2 had an autopilot. The Black Ops 3 dart didn't even have autopilot, but at least had multiple shots. And then Black Ops 4, well, that's just got nothing. it's dog shit. But it has one specific use that might save it from being totally dog shit. You can actually use it instead of the Helion Salvo to destroy light score streaks. You can also deal some decent damage from inside cover to medium streaks. The gunship in Black Ops 4 has a weapon reload cooldown, but this can be exploited. If you cycle through your guns, they will let you fire continually without waiting for the reload to finish. You can just jizz all the fucking load. What? Pause. The strike team can withstand bullets, RPGs, and some specialists, and even score streaks, but there is a way to insta-kill them. The Tomahawk, although total dog shit, can one-shot kill strike teams. This will also work with a bitch-ass dog, Juno. Next time you see him, ask his bitch ass to fetch you a tomahawk and see what happens.
What the dog doing? What the dog doing? Dog doing?
You ever wondered what the point of being able to choose your spawn in Black Ops 4 is, when you always have the same spawn fucking anyway? This is technically not a useless feature. In some rare case, your dumbass teammate puts a attack deploy beacon in some retarded ass area. You can actually request to spawn out with this feature. This is so random that in 7 years, I've used this probably 3 times effectively. It can also be useful in 6v6 modes when you have 2 Seraphs, but that's rare. But who cares honestly when the maps are smaller than my dick? This is just a leftover relic of the original Overwatch style initial idea Treyarch had for BO4. Originally, maps would have different spawn points and there would be a war mode that would utilize this. It would be similar to World War II War, but it was ultimately scrapped. So we're just left with this shitty ass fucking spawn select screen. It's possible to instantly pull out your specialist on Black Ops 4 and cancel out the long animation like I pull out my dick. You need to press triangle right before you pull out your dick, your specialist weapon, but make sure to practice the timing a bit because it needs to be precise. Once you're done with your specialist, careful because you will have the secondary out. If you want to have your primary out, you have to do this glitch starting with your secondary, and then pressing triangle will cycle to your primary after. On 𝒃𝒆𝒏𝒄𝒆𝒃, you can find a statue of Primus Dempsey. Underneath is a placard which in Austrian states, "The great destroyer of maggot sacks. When great evil strikes, he returns to crush the wicked." Of course, this can be a reference to the Great War and the Wolf King COD Zombies lore, where Primus alongside the Wolf King die fighting the 𝒃𝒆💄💄💄 and are destined to return to continue the cycle in Origin. That's why this Dempsey has Templar robes and a sword. The reason it's exclusively Dempsey here is because their 𝒉𝒨 is right beside their 𝒉𝒄𝒄𝒄. You can literally see it from down here, which was Dempsey's main map in Black Ops 3. When strolling around Der 𝒉𝒨, you can really appreciate its beautiful scenery, the warm lighting, breathing under the cold snow, the jolly wooden Christmas shops packed with all sorts of toys. You would never expect anything ominous lurking around. Regrettably, because of all the element 115 in the air, Manth's teddy bear has been getting high as fuck because of that shit. To the point where he's forgotten that he's supposed to be a bear. He's just vibing up in here now.
I don't want to do this no more.
His close cousin, twin, or clone, I don't know, is also on firing range. COD maps have been hiding plushies all around the maps and out of bounds areas since COD 4. Because Call of Duty was originally a World War II game, it could be a callback to Kilroy Was Here, which was a mural Western Theater Allied soldiers used. Regardless, there's a teddy bear hiding on some planks above the tin building. If only he was there for PSN Better to bring him comfort after getting his Maddox whooped by Japan SWAT.
Fucking way, yo! Bro, I'm about to cry, bro. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck, bro? Oh my god!
Underneath Frequency, below this cliff edge, you'll find a box of blue alien plushie toys. Why would there be plushie toys in a military Chinese 𝒃𝒆𝒄𝒄𝒄 keyboard or base? Maybe it's a coincidence. Or maybe they represent the damned souls of egotistical CMG chow players who perished their life savings on Frequency hardpoint chows. I don't know. Allegedly. In the theater on Havana, you can find multiple film posters. The actors and the movies are very peculiar. This one says, Sombra del mal, una diabólica danza con la muerte. And that translates to Shadows of Evil, a diabolical dance with the devil. That's of course a reference to 𝒃𝒆𝒃𝒅's Shadows of Evil.
Only by invoking the beast can you find the items you need.
Now the dance with the devil, well, that's probably like the, referencing the Shadow Man or some bullshit like that. Another one says, Travesía infernal, embarazzate para vivir una experiencia infernal. Now that translates to hellish journey, embark on a hellish experience. I would personally translate this as infernal journey, embark on an infernal experience, but the translate says otherwise. And below that it says, this film is about zombies eating people on a ship. If you're looking for a tale of romance and never letting go, you've come to the wrong place. Rated R for ravenous hordes of zombies and some violence. This is referencing BO4's Voyage of Despair, of course, and probably even the Titanic movie. Like the not letting go part, when that bitch ass OnlyFans bitch ass girl, what was her name? Rose?
I'll protect you, McQueen.
Let go of Leonardo DiCaprio, the simp in that movie. I'm not gonna lie, he was an OG simp.
Sim continuing to do the work here.
Un festival sangriento gigante y grotesco. Origin. What? Origin. That translates to origin. A giant and grotesque blood festival. This is of course referencing Origins. I don't know why they spelt it without the S. Just fucking put origin in there. Origin. They had a little bit of play on words while, putting giant in there because they thought they were smart. There's giants on Origins. Teatro de los Muertos. That translates to Theater of the Dead, or more commonly known, Kino der Toten. For some reason, there's Primus Richthof in there instead of the Ultima's version. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Maybe there's some deeper lore related to the secret 𝒃𝒆𝒃 universe hidden within Dr. Monty's asshole. Both the maps Excavation and Remnant are linked together. On Excavation you can find the 𝒂𝒃𝒃 statue from 𝒃𝒆𝒃 zombies being carved out of the glacier wall. How it got here is uncertain. It could have floated around after the events of the Titanic sinking, or it may have come from an unreleased Future Chaos Zombies map. Regardless, on Remnant you can find one particular glass encasing empty, which would have been used for this exact 𝒂𝒃𝒃 statue. Space Dog is a 𝒃𝒆𝒃 Moon Zombies Easter egg that originated from a 𝒃𝒆1 rumor and myth. After the events of Moon, some brothers skinned him alive and removed his organs and turned him into an ornament. Whereafter, he ended up in this museum on Remnant in mid-map, enclosed in a glass cage. More importantly, let's venture into Prophet's asshole. You'll notice if you look deep inside his asshole, it's Space Dog. Whoa. Maybe after they skinned him alive and removed his organs, his soul maybe ended up here inside the Galaxy Prophet's asshole, free at last from his suffering. The mastercraft for a swordfish, named Captain Ahab's Revenge, is a reference to the contemporary novel called Moby Dick. In the novel, a known egotistical grinder, Captain Ahab, pursues Moby Dick, trying to enact revenge on Moby Dick after Moby Dick ate his leg. Ultimately, in the final of the book, Captain Ahab chows Moby Dick with a harpoon but gets sent to hell. The Mastercraft has multiple references to the novel and Moby Dick. Firstly, the suppressor is an engraved Moby Dick impaled by a harpoon. After getting a few kills with a Mastercraft, you can also see Moby Dick here on the gun, swimming happily. You can also see a drawing of Captain Ahab and his 6-man with his signature harpoon, getting ready to chow Moby Dick. Originally, Battery was supposed to have a riot helmet headgear on. This was the case in the beta, but on release, Chuck changed Battery's appearance, likely to be suitable for future skins. You can still find the original design throughout BO4 in calling cards and on the map Frequency, where she appears on this monitor. The Black Ops 4 multiplayer had comics released alongside it to develop the lore of each specialist. There are a few interesting things. For example, Reaper makes an appearance in Prophet's story, which was much earlier than his official first appearance in Operation 𝒃𝒆𝒔𝒕. Speaking of Prophet, because of Steve's comics, it's widely assumed Prophet is a fat.
The gay character in Black Ops 4 is Prophet. No, really, Prophet is your gay specialist hero. No, seriously, this is canonically, legitimately in the story, which...
Gay. That nigga sound gay, I swear to God.
This claim is false and is based on the most retarded reason ever. It's derived from this picture here. Could you guess why that might be? Allegedly, the way he's holding this dude's hand is gay. What? Brother, can you even be gay if you have a robotic dick like Prophet? Dude's gonna see a man and have to manually shift it into erection mode. There exists some interesting concept art photos for multiplayer maps in Black Ops 4. In comparison to the in-game maps, these photos look weird. Arsenal, for example, looks very shiny and sparkly, squeaky and clean. There's also two photos of cut maps. One is allegedly an early version of Arsenal, a dark, gloomy, and wet version of Arsenal. And the second looks like a military airport in the American desert. Maybe Area 51. No, actually, this is more like GTA San Andreas Area 69.
Code Red! Code Red! Intruder has penetrated the project. Intruder is stealing the jetpack.
The Black Ops 4 beta had map variations that don't exist anymore. Seaside had a big rectangle in the middle of the patio. Of course, this got completely removed. The table area on the side of the map also didn't exist. It's hard to say which version was superior, since removing the big square and the patio area really didn't change much about the map, since no one pushes through this area anyway. To be honest, if they remove this whole lane, 80% of how the map plays wouldn't change. In Operation 𝒃𝒆𝒔𝒕, the Stingray DLC gun used to be the most broken gun in Black Ops 4, and maybe COD history. It could kill people in 33 milliseconds. That's faster than you can blink.
Huh? What is that? It's a one tap. It's a one tap. What is that? Wait, what is this?
And BO4 has the highest time to kill of any COD. It also so broken in fact that it decimated a gunship in a few bursts. That's faster than it would take for an RPG that you shot at the gunship to even reach the gunship. What's hilarious is this was a DLC gun, so you had to buy a supply drop to try get it. Luckily though, Trug eventually nerfed the Stingray, and now it's not so bad. In the Black Ops 4 trailer, you can see Ajax eating a whole grab slam by locking his shield. It was a key moment to illustrate the relationship between how different specialist abilities would interact. Except, this is complete bullshit. If you try to do this now, Ruin's grab slam will give belt to ass. Regardless if you have a shield or not, or you have my dick, it doesn't matter. Also, the grapple gun was able to hop over this barbed wire. That's also a lie. The Special Forces units with the best training equipment can't get over 1 meter razor wire in the actual game. In the Warden House on Blackout Alcatraz, you can find OG Zombies perk bottles. Weirdly, there is only Stamina Up, Deadshot, and Double Tap. These perks don't even exist on Black Ops 4 Zombies, since it uses a different perk system. Could there be some deeper lore behind these perks connected to BO2 Mob of the Dead? Of course, that was the original COD Alcatraz map. And Double Tap and Deadshot were both on there, but then Stamina Up wasn't. So it's unclear why that's here. It would make far more sense if PhD and 𝒃𝒆𝒃 were added instead, since that was a whole meme Easter egg on Mob of the Dead. Unfortunately, you can't drink these perks. If you could, it would be so sexy. I'll get another world record on this shit. But no. If you think you know why these specific perks are specifically here, let me know in the comments, because I don't know. In this location on the Blackout map, near Asylum, you can find a big, juicy, sturdy tree. The east side of its trunk has no player collision, which means you can morph into it. You can see enemies outside perfectly, but they can't see through the tree trunk, so you can pounce like a rat at them when they come by. When deleting an emblem, the whole order of your emblems will shift forward. This makes it difficult to set up an optimal emblem order. You can't just delete an emblem and save a fresh spot, it just won't work. But there is a secret method to fix this issue. First, make sure your emblem is saved with all layers in one group, then open it and delete the group. Now, press options and the secret weird menu pops up. Don't press save, instead press load. After going through, you'll see your emblem is deleted, but the spot didn't close, so the order remains the exact same.
But Jacoby, this is useless if you don't have any good emblems.
Quit bitching, you hoe. Just message me on Instagram. I have every emblem available in Black Ops 4 history.
But I'm poor. I can't afford your emblems.
Oh my god. Quit bitching, you hoe. It's okay if you're poor. I'll literally give you emblems for free in trades. If I don't be seeing you wasting hours of your time making emblems from YouTube, I can literally just get from me. Message me on Instagram, free trades, or if you want them super duper fast, then you can just buy. The sensor dot in Black Ops 4 in League play is genuinely garbage. It's nerfed to last like 2 seconds, but it's possible to glitch your sensor and make it way more overpowered. If you die while the sensor is flying mid-air, once it hits, it will last the entire match infinitely. Of course, someone can find it and destroy it, but this glitch turns off the red glow emitted from the sensor and makes it silent. What's more overpowered is you don't even need to time this with an enemy. Instead, you can go out of bounds and perform the glitch easier. The Lorion gridlock we looked at earlier is an amazing spot since you can die from out of bounds and get a great angle to fire the sensor in. On Tagder Totem, you can actually buy the shield from 2 different locations. Straight from the workbench, of course, but also 1 floor above. The buy interaction morphs through the ceiling. This isn't insignificant as it can save you time, especially in Easter eggs and high rounds, as the zip line and the ship flinger go straight here to the top floor. Now this is just a tip of the iceberg of BO4 interesting things, so if you want more, you will receive. As long as you beg in the comments and like the shit out of the video. With multiple accounts. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss my next upload. A homosexual Muslim Black Ops 4 encounter.
Oh shit, I'm bugging. What the fuck? I'm fucking done, bro. This shit is some bullshit. What am I put all my fucking bullets into this nigga and this nigga not even fucking dying?